Afenifere has been firm and vocal in the quest and demand for the release of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, unconditional release. They are not begging Tinubu. They are not begging that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu should be released. They are emphasizing their position on the basis of equity, peace, and justice. That if the terrorists, armed terrorists, dangerous terrorists could be released, could be pardoned by the Nigerian government, that is no justification for holding back Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. That Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, under the law, deserves to be released unconditionally. They are not begging. They are citing the position of the Constitution, demanding the unconditional release of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. But in contrast to the position of the Ohaneze, of Afenifere, you've seen Ohaneze Ndigbo, the socio-cultural organization from the Igbos secession, going begging for the release of Nnamdi Kanu, asking for the government to pardon Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, pleading for a pre-bargain that they should tamper justice with mercy. You can imagine indirectly indicting or convicting Mazen Nnamdi Kanu of whatever allegations that had been squashed by the appellate courts of law within the Nigerian legal jurisprudence. Now you can see the body language of the Ohanezes and Igbos in general. No wonder Mazen Nnamdi Kanu said, "You will fail me. You will disappoint me. I am not the one to disappoint you." Indeed, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is a prophet. What he professed has come to pass. Igbos has disappointed Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Igbos, the entirety of the Igbos, have disappointed Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Shame on you. Shame on you that call yourself Igbos. Why Afenifere, we are firm in their demand. We are firm in their decision, in their position. That we are not messing with. They were not, standing in between the line. Just of recent, you heard from Dele Fellow to me, who happens to be the Secretary General of the Afeniferes. You have heard Pa Adebanjo, who has maintained his positions, that Nigerians have not been fair to the Igbos, and the demands and quest for the independent state of Biafra is within the ambit of the law, both international and local laws. Nigeria is a signatory to the United Nations, so he is binding by the charter that borders on the self-determination and the fundamental rights of the people. So I don't see any justifiable reason why the Igbos socio-cultural organization should be licking the foot match of Buhari. Now they have started again, moving about, begging, pardon him, show him mercy, prerogative of mercy. On what ground should you ask Tinubu to show Nnamdi Kanu mercy? That is quite unfortunate. That is great disappointment. Great disappointment. The Mieti Anlas. We've seen the activities of the Fulani militias, marauders, across the regions of this country. But when the leader of the Mieti Anla was arrested by the DSS, everywhere was agog. Everybody began to speak, from the least to the highest, among the Fulanis, among the socio-cultural organizations. You see them, prominent men, begin to threaten the Nigerian existence. That if the Mieti leader is not released, the Mieti Anla president is not released, that they will burn down Nigeria, that Nigeria will collapse, that they are going to release their militias are impatient. That was when they informed Nigerians that they have their own separate military, the Fulani military. The Fulani have been building their own militias who are capable of threatening the Nigerians' existence. And they threaten the government of Tinubu. If you don't release this man at so time, we are going to hold the entire country to ransom. We are going to destabilize. We are going to make sure that Nigeria felt the hits immediately without wasting time. Tinubu released him. Now the Igbos are big. The Igbo politicians, the governors, or whatever you call them, are busy begging, licking the lips. The bomb of Tinubu, as they lick that of Buhari everywhere. There's no firm affirmation, strong resolution, and demands that this injustice must be fought. Must be fought. But you see, among the Igbos, people accusing, counterizing, secretly fighting against the release of Nnamdi Kanu, who have not taken arms against the Nigerian state, who has been tried and set free by the Nigerian courts of law, vindicated by 6 judges or 7 panel that was set. They reviewed the case. They indicted the Nigerian government. They blamed the Nigerian government for the violation of his fundamental rights by that act of extraordinary rendition. The Supreme Court affirms the position that he never jumped bail. An attempt on his life made him to scurry for safety. So the Nigerian government has no jurisdiction or justification to try him. But yet, you see Igbos who are asking, pardon him, forgive him. On what basis? Nnamdi Kanu very clearly stated that you are the one to disappoint. Indeed, Igbos has disappointed Nnamdi Kanu. How many of them are speaking again, including the IPOB, the indigenous people of Biafra, the group or the registered members, are coming out to speak like the Fediferes. One of the useless fellows watching my program is asking me, how much have Chigos and Igbo contributed to this struggle? You can imagine such non-entity, such useless statements. So I might belong to you. I must be registered with you. I must contribute before I can address issues of importance, bordering on humanity, bordering on my own people who have been oppressed, suppressed, killed, and maltreated. You're asking me how much? Only Chukwu, no wonder Nnamdi Kanu always Chukwu in our Jume go look and not contribute all that. They're useless fellows. What is more important? Look at how Ofenifere fought vehemently. The entire Yoruba elites, political elites, traditional rulers, they gathered themselves. They went all the way to Benin Republic, fighting hard that Sunday Igbo by any means will not be what? Repatriated, will not be handed in back to the enemies of their own people. Despite the political alignment and bargain, of course, romance with the Yorubas, they understood that Fulanis are their enemies, including the former president, head of state, Olusegun Obasanjo, and the rest of them. They went to intervene that the Benin Republic government will not, by enemies, send back Sunday Igbohu. You see how they build a hedge around him. Everybody was speaking, both old and young. The entire hierarchies, the imperial traditional ruler, Oni of Ife, also went there. How many of the Igbo traditional rulers who are stooges, political stooges, have summoned themselves, make a firm decision, not begging, romancing, around. What does Nnamdi Kanu do? What crime does he commit to deserve incarceration for going to 5 years? Because he demanded that my people should no longer be killed, that we have the rights, inalienable rights to life, to self-defense, to actualization and fulfillment, and in pursuit of our own peace, fulfillment. And he was misunderstood by his own people. They gang up with the enemies to hold him, to silence him. And today the history is there. That the majority, the core people who betrayed Nnamdi Kanu are from his own people. He was fighting, risking his life to defend. Today, even those who are calling whatever they are calling, grabbing, struggling for power, recognition, and this, how many of them have organized rallies, have made a very firm position that this is a position they are standing? Let Nnamdi Kanu be released. Definitely. With defined objectives. They are busy begging for his release. How can you be begging for a man who is presumed innocent? No court of law under Nigerian legal jurisprudence have indicted Nnamdi Kanu. And a useless fellow is asking me, how much have I contributed? So I should not express my own opinion on matters that borders on the existence of humanity, that borders on fairness, equity, and justice. When people express their own opinion, you say, who gave you the right? So you are more Biafrans than those who are expressing themselves. They are not Biafrans. Who are questioning certain happenings. Why should this be? So you want a society, a government where everybody will be silenced, clamped down, gagged. Onye kuka wete ya ka egbuo. Chineke kpokwa agụ ọkụ. Iwepụrụ ọnụ na-ajụ m Chigozie ndị Igbo. How much have you contributed? This is bunch of disappointments. Bunch of disappointments. People have the right to express themselves. People have the right to disagree. People have the right to object on when there is no clarity, when there are certain facts on areas that borders on their own existence, welfare, and of course belief system. You cannot just we gonna napa. So you want to gag me, you want to silence me, not to express myself. Some people say no one Biafra has said this. People who are saying it are the animals. So they are not Biafra. You are more Biafrans. You are more Igbo than they. No, you are more Igbo. Your own opinion should override every other person's opinion, even when it is nonsense. It is baseless. There is no any sense of logic. That is madness. Arrant madness. I know you come back here and talk rubbish. Igbos has disappointed Nnamdi Kanu. Needless to talk about Simon Ekpa, who was, of course, who is summoned today. The same Igbo people are the ones who gathered together, formulate, gang up stories to fight him. Why the Fulanis, when they saw their strong men, the gallant men, their military, the Fulanis admitted that they have militias, militias, who can fight for them, who can defend the cause, the interests of Fulanis, even though it involves armed struggle. When the Mieti Allah president was arrested by DSA, they made that revelation. They said their own militias, they are losing their persons. When they say their own militias are scattered all over Nigeria, they are ready to unleash mayhem. Now, when Buhari arrests them, despite their nefarious activities, despite their onslaught, despite their killings, They attack military base, they kill them, they destroy whatever they can destroy. Yet, when Buhari arrests them, when they are being arrested, Buhari will pardon them. Say, these are our militia, these are our people that Ubochara Mba. Ubochara Mba Namba. They are the ones that will stand to defend the Fulani interests and the Fulani empire. Don't kill them. Reintegrate them into the Nigerian army, security, artificial. But Igbos will go after their own. They will sabotage their own, just like Ikonso and the rest of them. They will sabotage their own, hand them over to the enemy to be slaughtered. Now, in the days of battle, Ogumbanamba, they will have no person to fight for them. One of the useless, asking me to go and defend yourself. Come back and defend yourself and defend your people. Buhari will leave them. Reintegrate. You think that he is a madman, that he doesn't have sense. You that claims to have more sense, he doesn't reason beyond your nose. Nobody has asked us, why is he not executing them? He spares them because he knew that a day is coming, a day of battle. Nigeria is shaking. There is a doom ahead. So those people will be the ones that will defend the cause of Fulani. But you bring your own people, you expose, you sabotage them, you bring them to the place of slaughter, as most of them are being dragged today. Look at the forceful disappearances that is going on in the east, the massacre. Nobody cares. They are happy. You are betraying your own brother. The Yorubas are preserving their own. They saw that Sunday Igboho is one of the strongest men who could rise up to challenge the excesses of the Fulanis, which they were after his life. They stood around him and defended him. But Igbos will sabotage their own, hand them over to the enemy to be killed because of their political interests and whatever. So that the person cannot challenge them, he will not make mouth. Somebody said, if Simon Ekpa will give us Biafra, I will fight him to the end. Look at an Igbo man. An Igbo man. You fight him to the end. Well, that is not where I'm going. Nnamdi Kanu said it. Igbos will disappoint me, and today Igbos have disappointed him. You have disappointed. Some useless people are saying that my own analysis. And I've changed my own analysis. So I will paint the truth so that I will not tell you what is the truth, so that I'll please you, so that I will be singing your praises. So you will disappoint me, and indeed you have disappointed for probably 4 years, 5 years more, counting. Nnamdi Kanu was heard. Nobody is writing, but they know how to write petition. They have written petitions on several, right to Geneva, right to Finland, right to anywhere, because they want to fight themselves. As some useless people, Gabian Gane, made rubbish comments. It's what I'm saying is fake. You are the one that carrying good news now, the right news. Abraham West, you know what you have lost control and focus, relevance in our fight for Biafra. You are fighting for you are not part of the struggle. Of what sense does that make? Of what sense does that make? The Yorubas are fighting for their own. The Fulanis, that's why I love them. They have that strong connection among themselves. Even when they have their own militias, ndi shekwon, ndi aganwu ta, Don't kill them. Preserve them. They are valuable tools, just as Dim Chukwuemeka Ojukwu said to Nigerians, to the people, the governors. When you catch these guys, their activities might be acceptable. Don't kill them, keep them, because these people, they will be important. Everybody has his own importance and relevance. It depends on the area. And when they take action, don't kill them, preserve them. But they went ahead and killed them. And the enemies, their masters, will be praising them. You are killing their own people. Gumi said, Tinubu should empower the Igbo youth to fight against their brothers. And the governors, Soludo or Solo Abuagara, empowering people to begin to intimidate, to kill their own people. Ubochara mbanamba agechete dike ekwere iru ulo gbuo dike ubochi ogumbanamba echete dike. I rest my case.